Hi, welcome you all to the Unit 3 of the Marketing Management. The title of the Unit 3 is Pricing Strategy. Basically, first we'd just like to know what is meant by price. What is price generally? Price is the value we pay for a product, not only for a product or for a service. The value that we pay for a product or a service, we call that value as price. Price is not just a number on a tag. Please do remember it. There is much background to it. There are many calculations to it. There are many forms of it. There are many functions of it. It is not just a number on a tag. Like I said, it comes in many forms. Like house rent. Rent is the value that we pay for staying in a house. Fare. Fare is the value we pay for traveling in a train or an aeroplane or a bus. Fee. Fee is the value that we pay for learning something or for getting some benefit out of that or for extracting some benefit. Whatever we pay in terms of value, we call it as a fee. Or rates. The rate of a product. Rate is also nothing but the value that we pay in order to buy that product. So what is price? Price is the value that we pay for a product, and this value has many forms attached to it. Generally, in small companies, if you see, it is the boss who fixes the price because the size of the company is very small, the structure is very small, and the product is also not of much importance. So need not take into account everyone or to analyze the environment. All these efforts are not needed. Only simply the boss can fix the price of the product in the small companies. But whereas quite contrary, if you see in the large companies, it is actually fixed by that specific division or the line managers, because they are the people who are especially working on that product, and they know the cost associated with that product. They know the in and out environment of that product. They know the competition about the product. They know the speciality about the product. So they are the correct people who can actually fix the price. So in large companies, this is actually taken care by the divisions or line managers, whereas in small companies, it is normally the boss who takes the final call regarding the price. So with what objectives are we pricing actually? What are the various objectives that we have for pricing? The basic and the first objective is survival. Why is this survival coming into the picture here? As a company, as an organization, if you want to survive, what is that you need? You need money or you need income. You need to generate some income. How do you generate that income? By selling the products. How do you sell the products? By fixing the price. Companies will only survive if they sell something and earn something which can cover their costs. If you are earning something which is equal to your expenditure, then there is no question of survival, or the point of survival never exists. So if you want to survive, if you want to live, you should actually earn at least some fraction of the amount more than what you are spending. Then only you can survive in this highly competitive, highly dynamic, highly volatile environment. However, you should always see survival as only a short term objective. Survival is only until you get into the business, you know the basic fundamentals of the business, or you know the dynamics of the business. Until you become a a known player in the market, survival will be your objective. But once you have become a known player, survival is no longer going to be your objective, and your objective is only to add value. If you don't add value to the product, if you don't add value to the service, or if the customer sees no additional value in buying your product or service than the competitor, then there is no need for him to buy that product from you. And if he stops buying that product from you, then what will happen? Slowly you will degrade, and the time will come where you have to shut down your business and walk out of the environment. So the basic objective is survival. Second objective is maximum current profit. You want to get the maximum profit. That's why what are you doing? You are fixing the price, taking into consideration everything. But if you want to get maximum current profit, what is that you should do is you should try to estimate the demand for your product and also the other costs that are associated with this product. But estimating the demand and estimating the other costs is not a very easy task. It is really a Herculean task to do, and so this would be quite a complicated matter. But however, this is also one of the major objectives that we have here. Then the next objective is maximum market share. See, in this typical form of objective, what the manufacturer does is the manufacturer's main target is getting the major market share. So what a manufacturer should do if he wants to get a major market share, what he should do? He should actually he should actually fix the lower price, sell the products in a large number, scatter the products through the flood the products in the entire market, expand the market clearly, and then you can think of the remaining activities. Your basic activity or your basic target is to capture the market. You can only capture the market if you set your price low. So setting the low price initially and capturing the market will get you to acquire the maximum market share. And this typical form of doing this activity, you call it as penetration pricing. Penetration pricing is setting the lower price initially, capturing the market, and later on, if you want, you can increase the price. This is what generally happens in the newspapers. If you see, take for example Sakshi. Sakshi is a newspaper which entered into the highly competitive Telugu news print media with a lower price. It started establishing its base, it started establishing its market share, and once it is confident that it has its fixed percent of market share, then what did it start doing? Then slowly it started increasing the price. So this form of strategy you call it as penetration pricing. And the next strategy is maximum market skimming. And like we have discussed here, it is exactly opposite to penetration pricing. Exactly opposite to penetration pricing means charging higher price at the starting and slowly, gradually decreasing. Which type of companies follows this? For example, companies unveiling new technologies believes this. For example, you take of a company called Sony. If Sony introduces a new model of TV into the market, it will actually introduce with a premium pricing. Then once the product enters into the market with a premium pricing, and once everybody comes to know that there is such a product in the market, then what will the competitors do? Okay, Sony has come up with a new product, so I also should come up with a similar product. So then they try to copy your product and get on into the market with a similar product. So when there is only one product in the market, you can dictate the price. But only when your competitors have entered into the market with a product similar to you, then there is no chance of dictating the price. So what will you do? You keep on decreasing the price. So setting the high price initially and decreasing the price gradually, you call it as market skimming, and penetration is exactly opposite to market skimming. And the next year objective is product quality leadership. You want to become a leader not only in terms of product, but also in terms of quality. If you want to become a leader in terms of product, what you should do? You should actually give a good price, and also you should give a good quality. Good price and good quality will give you a good product. For example, you take Starbucks, you take Mercedes, you take BMW. Why people are preferring it even at a higher price? Because people believe that it is of the superior quality, or it is of the best quality when compared to the other products in the market. So that's why people actually prefer those products, or people actually believe those products. So that is called as product quality leadership. So what are the various methods in which you can price? Methods of pricing. First one is markup pricing. Markup pricing is nothing but there will be certain costs associated for manufacturing a product. If you are manufacturing a product, then you will incur certain costs. Add a certain percentage to that cost and make it as a price. Cost plus a standard percentage is equal to price. That standard percentage you call it as markup price. And that standard percentage actually depends upon the manufacturer, how he calculates it or how he adds it. There are no hard and fast rules for calculating that standard percentage. Target return pricing, which means I have incurred certain investment on this organization and I am manufacturing a product. At what price I should sell this product if I want to get my return on investment very quickly? So I decide the price based upon the ROI. I'm sorry, it is not EOI there. It is ROI. ROI means return on investment. When will I get my investment back if I charge this price? If I charge the product at X price, I'll get my return on investment in 2 years. And if I charge my product at Y price, I'll get my return on investment in 3 years. So what will I select? I'll select price X because I'm going to get my ROI in 2 years. So if you fix the price in such manner, if you fix the price in such principle, then you call it as target return pricing. Then what you have? You have perceived value pricing, which means customers will have some perception about your product, and on what factors that perception depends. It depends upon many elements such as buyer's image of the product performance, quality, warranty, customer support, supplier's reputation, trustworthiness, esteem, etc. Which means if a product is coming from a well established brand in the industry, that product will you will perceive that product as a quality product. If a product is coming from Tata's, if a product is coming from Reliance, if a product is coming from Amazon, if a product is coming from Microsoft, if a product is coming from Apple, what is your perception about it? Even before the product you can actually see, or you can actually experience the product, your first hand impression, the minute you come to know that Apple is launching a new product, what is your first hand impression? It will certainly be technologically superior than the other products existing in the market. So that is based upon that only Apple will fix the price. Why Apple is charging heavier and heavier prices? Because customers perception on Apple is very strong. So that is called as perceived value pricing. However, bottom line is companies should deliver what they promise. If Apple does not deliver what it promises, if Apple phone is not technologically superior, if Apple phone is not giving you good customer experience, then what is that you are going to do? You will lose your perception. So companies should deliver what they promise and consumers should pursue that value. It is not delivering by the companies alone that makes sense. Delivering by the companies will make sense only when the consumers pursue that value in the manner or in the way that is delivered by the company. So that is called as perceived value pricing. Next is value pricing, which means that you give high quality, good quality products at a lower price so that you get a loyal customer base. You are compromising on the price, but never compromise on the quality. If you compromise on the quality, it doesn't come under value pricing. Without compromising on the quality, try to give a best quality product to the customer in the market at a lower price, then you call it as value pricing. What does IKEA do? IKEA gives furniture at a throwaway prices. What does Big Bazaar do? Wednesday Bazaar. In Big Bazaar, if you go Wednesdays, you will get vegetables or you will get other products at a throwaway prices. Reliance Fresh, the same thing. So that type of pricing is called as value pricing. And the bottom line in value pricing is never compromise on the quality or never sacrifice the quality. Going rate pricing. Going rate pricing is fix the price based upon your competitors. You fix the price same as competitors, higher than competitors, or lower than competitors. But the base for fixing the price is your competitors. That is called as going rate pricing. Industries are generally involved in steel, paper, fertilizer. They actually does this type of pricing. Auction type pricing. See, after this internet came into the picture, this auction type pricing has gained much major importance. First one is in auction type pricing, we have three sub classes, and the first one is English auctions, where it is also called as ascending bids. One seller, many buyers. So there is one seller who will keep his product for auction, and the buyer who quotes the highest price can own that product. That is called as English auction. Second one is Dutch auction, or you call it as descending bids. Dutch auction is quite opposite. One seller, many buyers. But what will the seller do is seller fixes a product already for the price and he keeps it for sale. And the buyer, the seller is ready to reduces it until the buyer accepts. For example, I keep a product in the website saying that it is 1,000 rupees. No one are interested. Then after 2 days, I'll keep it for 800, and there is one person who is interested. After 2 days, then what will I do? I'll sell that product for 800 to that person. So that is called as descending bids. And the second one is one buyer, many sellers. So what will the buyer do is buyer will come to the website and say, hey, I want to buy a new TV. Please quote me the good price for a new TV. So what will the TV manufacturers do? They keep on keeping their prices, quoting their prices for the seller. Hey, buy my TV, it is 10,000 and these are the quality. Then the second manufacturer will come and say, hey, buy my, this is 8,000 and these are the things. Third one will come and say, mine is 7,000 and these are the various qualities. So the buyer will decide which one to buy. That is called as Dutch auction. And the third one is sealed bid auction, which means that you should submit your bid in a seal and you cannot have the opportunity to know the other bids. Generally, this type of pricing is done in the government industries, or you call this type of pricing also as tender pricing. What will the companies do is companies will actually float a tender document. So you buy the tender document, you see what the company wants, and you submit a sealed bid to that company satisfying all the requirements that the company wants. When you are submitting the bid, you will not submit too high price because you may lose the bid. At the same time, you will not also quote very low price because you will run into the losses. You quote a balanced bid, and such type of thing you call it as sealed bid auction. And the next concept that we are talking is selecting the final price. How do you select the final price? Or what are the major points that you should keep in your mind before selecting the final price? First thing is you should take into account brands, quality, and advertising expenditure. So what is the quality of the product, or what is the expenditure that you are incurring on advertising? Will I get all that back if I if I sell my product at this price? You should decide that. So before quoting the final price or before selecting the final price, just take into account the quality aspect and the advertising expenditure aspect of the brand. Consumers are willing to pay higher prices for known products rather than unknown products. So that is why you are spending more on advertising. If you know a product, you are going to spend somewhat more. Whereas if you don't know a product, even if it is a good quality product, you doesn't want to buy it actually. And it should also match companies' pricing policies. Certain industries have certain pricing policies. For example, you take airline sector. What does the airline sector do? Airline sector will actually, if you buy a ticket and if you cancel it, what will happen? Nearly from 50 to 70%, it will actually be reduced. So that is the policy of the airline sector. You take the banking sector. If you don't maintain the minimum balance in the savings account, you have to pay certain fine. So that is the policy of the banking sector. So before selecting the price for your product, please try to have an understanding of the policies of the sector that you are involved in. And after having a fair understanding of all these policies, then please decide on the price. Until that time, please don't decide on the price. Buyers will accept the seller's price only if seller assumes to take some or part of the risk. Best thing is insurance policies. Insurance policies are there from 10,000 to 1 crore. What is the difference? If it is 10,000, no less risk is taken by the policy uh, giver and more risk is to be taken by the policy taker. Insurance companies will take less risk if the policy value is 10,000. If the policy value is 1 crore, insurance companies will take more risk than the policy holder. So if buyers will accept the premium price if seller assumes to take some or part of the risk. And last but not the least, before you are deciding on the final price, please try to consult all other stakeholders involved, because you are not the only person who is selling your product. What are you doing? You are just manufacturing a product, but there are many other parties involved who are actually helping you in selling your product. Like distributors are there, suppliers are there, then you even have the government. You cannot decide the price, or you cannot keep the price that comes to your mind. The government will come into the picture. You should fix the price as per the norms or as per some rules. If you don't fix the price as per the rules, if you try to fix the price randomly, or if you try to fix the price as per your wish, then you are going to be punished, because government is also a stakeholder. Please do remember that. Government is also a stakeholder, and government will not see if you fix the price however you want. It will certainly intervene, it will come into the picture, and it will try to, force you to take back the price that you have fixed without any standard evidences. So these are the points that you should ponder, or these are the points that you should keep in mind before selecting the final price. With this, I will conclude for the today's session, and we'll meet in the next class. Thank you.